Today, we live in a day and age where it's not too hard to destroy ourselves. Think of the ozone layer, global warming, nuclear arms, things like that. Now, you might be thinking that we should ban nuclear weapons, and not spreading hate and violence is the number one priority so that we can unite the world and actually move forward. The number one problem in the world is greed, selfish behavior, and profit. It has destroyed this planet. Almost every world ending thing that could be facing my generation, from global warming to the pollution to not having drinking water to not being able to have kids because we've been poisoned and we can't produce sperm anymore. There's a lot of problems that could be world ending that we're seeing all around us, as well as our governments are falling apart. So what's most important is we work together. But because we keep on propagating greed and profit and selfish behaviors, we keep on starting wars, shooting nuclear arms, putting nuclear waste into the atmosphere, sending nuclear bombs into the atmosphere. Just so many. I can't list them all. But here's a cool fact. I'm going to end this with a cool fact. So, first of all, the solution is to work together. But the cool fact is, did you know that you can unleash more power than a nuclear bomb with something called the Rod from God? This is a weapon the US and many other countries have developed that we already have, called the Rod from God. What they do is they take a rocket ship and they send a giant rod up to space. Now, because of the weight being so much, it's so difficult to carry that much weight to space, it has to be assembled in space. So you have a bunch of chunks, it screws together, and you get one big rod. It floats in space. Then a spacecraft positions it towards the Earth and then knocks it forward out of orbit. So now it's no longer in our orbit. It has gravitational pull, and this just metal tungsten rod, has no nukes in it, nothing. It's just a tungsten rod, is now falling to Earth. When it hits the ground, it will unleash 100 atomic bombs. Yes, with not a single explosive on it. That's just physics for you. We have discovered this through the scientists, that we no longer need nukes. We can unleash that by just using our NASA space industry. This is why a lot of presidents like Donald Trump think we need a space force, because our satellites in space allows us to unleash a nuclear bomb by just dropping a tungsten rod. Not even kidding. If you drop a tungsten rod, just a big rod, just a big piece of tungsten from space, the gravitational pull and the inertia that gets will unleash so much energy that it'll be the equivalent to more than a nuclear bomb going off. And we now have the technology to assemble these things. And most countries probably could go to space and design these things themselves. So we need to be able to control over our space. We don't want tungsten rods slamming into the USA. And that's an interesting fact.